Yeah, Seagliders are all electric flying boats. They offer dock to dock over water transportation, regional ranges up to 180 miles with existing battery technology. They are for high speed, low cost, totally sustainable regional transportation. These shorter routes, say 100-mile to 500-mile routes, if you do take a plane, there is an incredible amount of overhead associated with that. You're traveling to the airport, you're waiting in security, even boarding can take a half hour and deboarding. And so you end up being in the airport or sitting on the ground as long or longer than you're actually traveling and you're in the plane en route. And so that doesn't make sense for these routes. And what Seagliders offer is this far more relaxed, far more efficient mode of transportation on these regional routes. Go down to the dock, board it like a ferry, and you're off on your way. Once you clear the harbor on your hydrofoil, taking off onto your wing, flying on this cushion of air, and then accelerating the aircraft speeds. Yeah, so as we maneuver the harbor, these hydrofoils give us this high degree of wave tolerance, up to 5 feet of wave tolerance in harbors, which is basically a hurricane in most harbors. So that's incredibly high waves, so it gives us very high degrees of utilization out of this vehicle. Once we take off onto our wing, we retract the foils, we fly over the, we fly over the wave surface. We get this deep V hull, you'll notice in our vehicle, wave piercing, which means that when we land as well, so we can actually slow down to very low speeds because of this wing. And then when we enter the water, we have this sort of knife blade hull that pierces the waves, resulting in a very comfortable ride for the passengers. And so actually out in sort of the open waters, we can land in between 8 and 13 feet of swell. So we've seen very strong customer interest, both from the airline industry and from the ferry industry. You know, we sort of bridge the gap in both. We represent a vehicle that is an order of magnitude faster than ferries, 6 to 10 times faster than ferries, and half the cost of an aircraft. And it beats the door-to-door time on both and completely eliminates emissions. So customers on both air and sea side of the house have been very interested. A critical part of bringing this new mode of transportation to market is not only selling the vehicles, really, but building the ecosystem, making sure the docks are ready, that the charging infrastructure is there, that the operators themselves have financing to purchase these vehicles and lease these vehicles. So we've built that ecosystem in Hawaii. We're taking major steps in other ecosystems and other markets and cities, not only in the US, but around the world. So it's been exciting to see, both from the customer perspective and from sort of the municipal and state perspective. Everyone wants Seagliders here. They understand the benefit. They're excited for it.